In fisheries economics, what I mean by quota portfolio is that fishers target different fish species. So for example, they can target 3 fish species, 4 fish species. So what I call portfolio is the number of fish species, commercial fish species that a fisherman can catch. Every fisher is assigned with a quota based on their vessel or based on their vessel size or based on the desire what kind of fish they're going to catch. Why the composition of quota matters? It's because each fish species has its own spatial and temporal distribution. So you need to know about the biological characteristic of these fishes that you have in your portfolio to be able to minimize your cost. For example, in February, maybe one of the species is in north and the other one is in south. So what's the best decision? Is it better to go and fish the species that is in the north or it's in the south? So to minimize the cost and maximizing profit, quota composition is very important. In one fishing quota portfolio, you can have, as a fisher, you can decide, like I want to have only 1 ton of cod quota, and I would call that a small cod quota. But another fisherman can decide to have, for example, 3.5 tons of cod. So in this paper, I differentiate the fishing quota portfolios also based on size. My key research finding was that quota portfolio composition and also the size of quota, it matters for fishers to build up their fishing strategy. So for example, if they have bigger cod quota in their portfolio, their harvest strategy is different from when they have a small cod quota in their fishing portfolio. And fishing adjusts their fishing strategy based on profit maximization. For example, when they have a small cod quota, so probably they will fish the whole quota in January when the fishing season starts because it's a small quota, and probably fishers, they want reward, like the money, as soon as possible. Like it's not worth it to wait for months to see when the market price for cod is high. But when, for example, cod quota is really, really large in your portfolio, fishers have different opinion and different strategy to catch that cod. They wouldn't catch whole cod at the beginning of the fishing season. So they will probably spread it out to catch the market fluctuation. Whenever the fish price is high, portfolio composition and size of portfolio, it does matter. In Norway, cod is one of the very valuable commercial species that we have. And cod, every winter from January to March, cod swims in coastal area further south. And then after this period, it goes again up to the Barents Sea in the Arctic seas. And when the cod fish is available in coast, big vessels, which I call it trawlers in my paper, they wouldn't fish that cod, even though fish is available along the coast and it is less costly for big trawlers to fish that cod along the coast, but they wouldn't. And the reason is that when cod is available along the coast to spawn, it's mostly small scale fishers that they catch that coastal cod. And when the catch of coastal cod increases in winter, so it means that the supply of cod is too much in the market, price goes down, price of fish goes down. And then trawlers, they wouldn't fish because it doesn't make sense for them to fish when the price of cod is low. So they will wait. They will wait until small-scale fishers are done with their cod fishery, until cod goes to the Arctic area. And because these trawlers are very big trawlers, they are like 75 meters. Trawlers would go to the Arctic to catch their cod quota. So this is how seasonal price fluctuation affect the decision-making of trawlers. And the policies that I could recommend based on the finding of my paper is that when quotas are assigned to vessels, in Norwegian trawl fishery, we have very large vessels. And based on my result, I have seen that these large vessels, they need to have large quotas. And when they have a smaller quota in size, they cannot 100% utilize the facilities that they have, because these vessels, they have processing plants on the boat, and they are very big boats. They can go to the Arctic, but when they have a smaller quota, knowing that a smaller quota is associated with a smaller profit, they wouldn't go to Arctic, they wouldn't go to remote areas. They would just catch their fish when the fishing season opens. So the recommendation is that for larger size does matter in shaping quota portfolio. So when fishing authorities assign quota to the vessels, they definitely should look at the technical characteristic of the fishing vessel and also the size of vessel, and they have to assign quota that aligns with the vessel size and vessel carrying capacity. And if they don't, then the vessel would be underutilized. It doesn't make sense to have a big boat but with a quota that is not comparable to its size or its facilities that it has.